Good morning, guys. This is Lebanon coming to you with another video. This video is going to be entirely dedicated to bubble, when you bubble, when you should not bubble, like all the different aspects of like the whole entire process of guarding your darn city. Okay, so just the background and everything for those of you that are keeping up with me, I am going to be starting a how-to strategy guide video set, and it's going to be to where look for it in the next 24 hours. I'm going to be starting a new account, and I'm going to break it down step by step. It's going to be titled Total Battle How to Strategy Guide Part, and then it will have all these different numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. And it's going to basically be following along with, like my progress in the game. I'm going to do a third account, and I'm going to start it from all the way at the beginning. And I'm going to have it to where you will see every single step of the way, the major decisions of what you need to do. And like you will be able to see, like if you're a G1, how should a G1 act? How should a G2 act? When should you get this hero? When should you level this captain? Everything. So that's what's going to be coming up and everything. For those of you that really wanted this, and I know it's been a long time coming, it's been basically to where I've been working on my main and my silver alt. Now that those are pretty darn well in place and they're settled into where I want them to be, like progress wise, clan wise, building, like, updates, everything. It's time for the how to strategy guide. So, this video is going to be over like our whole entire bubbling process and why you would do it, why you would not do it. So, the very first thing, if you're looking at like bubbling and how much it costs you and everything else, this is one expense. I do not give a darn how much money you have or don't have in the game. This is something that everyone needs. Like, if you cannot afford this, then you should not be playing the game. Flat out. Because as you progress in this game, if you cannot bubble, you will be attacked and destroyed over and over and over again. Okay, so looking at this and everything, there is a $99 package for 30 days. This is crap. Do not buy this darn package. I know the makers probably don't like me and everything because I call out their bullcrap and everything, but this is an absolutely horrible package to do. Like, don't get me wrong, it's got some stuff in it, but in order to guard your city for 30 days, you're paying $100. It's going to cost you $100 a month in order to make it to where you're not getting raided over and over again. Screw that. All right, so let's go with the cheaper version. And it's even better money wise. That one's costing you 30 days for $100. This one costs $10 for 2 weeks. So I can spend $20 a month in order to guard my city. Absolutely well worth it. You should definitely do it. It's well worth the money and everything. If you can't afford $20 a month and everything, then you seriously have to be guessing, like, double checking, like, why am I even playing this game at this point? Like, if you can't save $20 a month in order to play this game, then seriously, you have some spending issues. Just being honest. And even the $20 and everything, it's not to where necessarily you have to spend $20. You can actually have it to where you get the bubble protection for $15 a month, and I'll show you exactly how and everything. So if you're going to protect your city, make sure that you buy the correct one. Buy the $9.99, the 7 days, and it has two of them, which means that you get 2 weeks worth of protection for basically $10. So it's $20 a month in order to protect you. Okay, now let's go through and see why this is important. Not that. Okay, here we go. All right, looking at this clan. This is the FOC clan. It's in Kingdom 100 and everything. Now, if you notice and everything, like there are people that are not bubbled. But here's the thing. If you're not going to bubble, then you need to basically take a whole heck of a lot of precautions. It needs to be something in your mind constantly. Like, how much silver is in my city? If you don't have damn near zero and everything, then you're basically going to be losing a lot of silver constantly. If you have food in your city, if you have your other building materials in your city, these need to be at dang near zero if you are not bubbled. The reason why, other people are going to be stealing your stuff constantly. So you have the ability, whenever you're looking at your items, to where you do not use them initially when you get them. Just store them up, right? So you can store up food, you can store up silver, you can store up your different building materials and everything. It's an absolutely great idea to do. Just store it up. So that's one thing that you could do if you're not going to bubble. The other thing that you could do is that you can donate it to the clan. You can also have a other city that might be in the exact same kingdom that like you could send stuff to, whether or not it's a friend that they'll hold on to it for you and then they'll give it back to you like later on. That's another way to do it. Like, there are ways in order to circumvent spending the money, but in all seriousness, like just spend like $20 a month is not that bad in order to be able to play a game. And especially for some of you, spending hours and hours each day, that's like so darn minimal. It's less than $1 an hour and everything. I mean, shoot. Okay, so why exactly to bubble, when to not bubble, all this other kind of stuff. Okay, so it lasts 7 days. And the way that you basically will add your bubble is called a shield of peace. The Shield of Peace lasts for 7 days, and you can always go through and hit the new one. But every single time that you do a new Shield of Peace, it will reset the timer. So it doesn't matter if you had 5 days left, it'll exhaust this one and start a new one at 7 days. It doesn't add to it. So, like, if I was to go through and click experience points or valor or whatever, it adds to the amount of time for each one. But for Shield of Peace, it resets it at 0. And the new one will last 7 days. It's not like, oh, I have 5 days, I add 7 days, I got 12 days. Doesn't work that way. So that basically is like where you would look for it as far as personal and its personal bonus. Look for a Shield of Peace. And there are times to where you cannot activate a Shield of Peace. Here's the times that you did it. Like, if you have just attacked somebody within the last 30 minutes, you are not allowed to do the Shield of Peace. If you are doing the Clash of Thrones, here, let me show you. Clash of Kingdom, no. Clash of Thrones. Let's see if it gives. Okay, here's how. Like, this is something that is very, very important for those of you. You cannot activate the Shield of Peace while you are among the top 100 players in the Clash for the Throne. So let's say, for instance, right, that you are timing out your Shield of Peace, or you're like, hey, I really need to get conquest points. Then during the Clash of Throne and everything, you can go through and attack, but then don't go through and attack and expect that you could go through and rebubble back up afterwards. Even after that 30 minutes has gone by, because you are in the top 100 of the Clash for the Throne, you cannot bubble back up. So here's what that does, right? I have Aaron, and I'm not allowed to basically fight within my kingdom and everything. So what I do is every single time that Clash of Thrones hits, I go through and I empty out my city. I will have it to where I have like either 0 or dang near 0 of each one of these. If it's food that I lose, I don't care because it doesn't really matter. But I will spend my silver down to 0, at least of the active or liquid silver. Oh, it's 3 o'clock now. All right. But anyways, so I will try and bleed this down to where, because like there are certain clans that love to attack my clan and everything. And I don't blame them. I mean, we're one of the bigger ones. So we're probably going to have a lot of silver and a lot of building resources sitting around. So this is a good idea to basically go through and attack me. So what I do is during Clash of Thrones, I will empty out my city and then I'll go attack other people in other kingdoms where I know they are trying to be in the top 100 for their kingdom. So, like, let's say, for instance, I was to attack KOD, Kings of Destruction, or whatever the heck, I don't know. Oh, wait, no, they're not 96, they're 104. Andres, no, no. Where is he? Ah, yeah. Okay. KOD. And I like attacking them just because of the fact that when I attack them, they actually reinforce, which I love because it shows a clan unity type of thing. And it also has it to where they have people over here that they can they can go through and, like, help each other out. Doing a video, call you back. But what ends up happening is that, like, they have people that are powerful enough for me to be able to attack, and I'm not going to go through and feel like a total utter crap it. Like Andres, he has 701 million might. I can attack him. He's higher up than me. And even then, if I attack one of the other players, like Dark Lady or whatever, even though she has 200 million might, she's going to get a lot of the rest of the clan to come on over and reinforce her. And then it becomes more of a fair fight when I have my 564 million might character going up against it. Like, I don't like picking on little players, but there are so few players in this game that will actually be unbubbled, especially if you're in Kingdom 100 area. If you're looking at Kingdom like 112, 113, 115, up in that area, so many people are unbubbled, and I don't understand why. But what I do is I'll attack during Clash of Throne or whatever, and I'll try and get my extra points. And they also have Conqueror's Revival during that time. And for Conqueror's Revival, what it does is whenever you attack another player and your troops die, it'll make it to where when you revive them, you will get points on Conqueror's Revival. And if you revive a certain amount of troops, then you get a certain conquest points bonus. So, like, for me, it's 14 billion if I do like 3.6 million in troops, I think, something like that. So I always try and time my Shield of Peace basically around like Clash of Throne, because I know other people are going to be attacking and they're going to have their bubbles down, and I'm going to be able to actually go through and fight people. Whenever it's not to where it's during that time, there's no point in having your bubble down, especially if you're in a competitive kingdom like the 105 to like 70s or 60s. Like, most of the bigger clans are in that central area of the map. So because of that and everything, like, I am going to get attacked no matter what if I have my bubble down. And they'll go through and they'll scout you, then they'll go through and kill you. But yeah, pretty much like my go-to and everything is KOD, and I love that clan. Like, don't get me wrong, it's I have respect for every single clan out there, so don't think like, oh, I'm picking on one in particular, like, oh, OST is better or God is better or whatever. Like, there is no better clan. I mean, like, hey, they're all different. They're just different in the way that their clan is made up, like how they act and everything else. I like clans that will reinforce each other. So if I find a clan that will reinforce each other, like, let me give you a good one. I think it's 105. I think so. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, this is the clan. I'm going to give them a shout out just because of the fact that I respect them. No, not that. I want to see the. Oh, I should have clicked on this part. Idiot. IY2. When I went through and I attacked this clan during Clash for the Throne or whatever, they reinforced like nobody's business. It was impressive. This is a Turk clan. I know that, for those of you that know like the game pretty well, the Turks are usually pretty ruthless and all, as a, like, just group and everything. So IY2 is definitely a really good clan. Try not to piss them off, but when I attacked them or whatever, like, it was amazing because they set up a portal and I saw 20 armies go to this one city. It was awesome. And then I was basically taking on 20, people all at once. That's the way that you should really be having it. But like if you're bubbling, look at like right now with this IY2 clan, and it kind of gives you an idea. Almost everybody in it is bubbled. The only people that are not bubbled, they have no resources in their city, and they have it to where they are used for CP runs. So like you'll send reinforcements on over to this city, and then this city will go through and send out a attack against a different city. And what they do is you get the CP points as part of it. So that's the way that they orchestrate. No, you're not going to be able to find people with resources usually in a level of clan like this, unless they just their timer ran out and they completely didn't see it. But I guarantee you, for stronger players, they know when their bubble is going down. They keep track of it and they will make sure that they are bubbled at all times. They are not going to let those resources go. So let me show you. You've seen 104, you've seen 105, you've seen 100. I mean, I could show you GOD and 96 and everything, but there's no point. You get the idea. Veteran clans, they bubble. Let me show you one that is not going to be bubbled. Like I'm talking like the whole entire clan. All right, so jacked up. Is there a king now? Oh. I used to come from 113, so I have a little bit of place in my heart for them. All right, so let's look at. Let's. All right, we're going to try and look around. Let's find a populated area. Not bubbled, not bubbled, not bubbled, not bubbled, not bubbled. Now you can tell this is a. We'll call them a virgin clan because they're only like level 8 for their clan capital and everything. But even if we go up to a higher level one, you still see it to where there's more people that are not bubbled in a more of a veteran level clan. So, like this one right here, this is. What's the name of this clan? Ah, War Reaper. All right, so Sky for the name of the clan or whatever. But I guarantee you, I could go around this map and find unbubbled player after unbubbled player after unbubbled player. It's like everywhere. Let's see if I can find good mix. Not bubbled, not bubbled. All right, so this is like a dying clan. All right, now let's go over to a more populated one. Look, unbubbled, unbubbled, unbubbled. So many unbubbled. So this is a level 20 capital, right? So you would be expecting with a level 20 capital for them to be bubble, 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 bubble. Nope. So you'll see this in the 100 teens area a whole heck of a lot more where, oh, this is TBC too. Oh, I love TBC. They're good people. But in a clan like this, they should have it to where like basically all their people are bubbled. Wow, TBC is just not what it used to be. Interesting. Maybe they left. All right. So if you're like, well, we saw 113, let's go through and look at one that's even more likely to not be bubbled up. And for those of you that are like, why in the heck is he showing us all this? Here's the reason why. If you want to know who to attack, these are going to be the people to attack. People that are not bubbling up. So, like, if you're, in between Clash of Throne and you have Aaron and everything, and you're going to be, like, attacking people, like, these kingdoms have not learned their lesson yet. You need to have it to where, like, you're bubbling. Like, look at all these unbubbled players. This is, like, if you do not see them on fire or whatever, then be shocked. Like, fire, fire, fire. It's because they don't have the bubble. So many people just unbubbled. And I guarantee you, I could go across the entire kingdom and just find unbubbled after unbubbled. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry. But you get the idea, guys. So whenever you're looking at people that are bubbled, people that are not bubbled, when to bubble, when to not bubble. You need to bubble. And it's not a, oh, I can't defend myself type of thing. And that's the reason why I bubble. It's because why have it to where you're taking a chance? There will be clan marches against you. There will be like players way bigger than you, like, my size and everything. They're just like, oh, we're just going to go through and raid and pillage and burn everything. I mean, if you notice, all these clanless people and everything, no bubble. It's probably to where they're playing for dang near free or something like that. And they just haven't learned, like, hey, if you want to actually protect your stuff, I guarantee you this is somebody hiding. Yeah. It's not a bad idea to hide in the mountains because it's hard to spot. But when you're looking at like what would be a good clan and all, where how exactly should they act? Like, look at all that bubble. I guarantee you, if you look at veteran clans across all the different kingdoms, and you know what a veteran and what a non-veteran is, they're going to be bubbled. And then you got to time it on out as far as like, okay, when is mine going to end up? 4 days, 23 hours. So I need to keep a mental aspect of, hey, I need to make sure that I bubble within the next 4 days because I am not going to let it go down to the wire. Because if I forget, and especially with the fact that I usually have somewhere between 100 and 400 million in silver, like also the other thing is, well, what about if they attack your portals? Like, if you have portals out and you're in a veteran clan or whatever, you need to close them before you go offline. Like, if I'm actively playing my game and I see this, like incoming attack, and it will show a little symbol right here, then I better be like closing all my darn portals and everything immediately. As I know my city's bubbled, so then it's like, oh, they're going to attack my portals then. But I've had a like just the story for you for those of you that care. I lost 1.6 billion in one fight because somebody attacked my portal. I say that I was like this guy right here that had this portal set out, and I forgot to close it before I got off the game. In the Rise of the Ancients, I had gone through and I had done my points early, and my clan you just get so much darn silver when they start to get more veteran of a clan, and I had 1.6 billion silver sitting right here in this spot and everything. And one of the people from one of the other kingdoms, I think it was like, or it was the MI2 clan or whatever, they went through and attacked my portal and all. And for those of you that are like, oh, well, they attacked the portal that wasn't attacking them. That's so bad. Like, guys, people don't care about the rules. If you're in a kingdom and you're attacking other people's portals, yeah, you could probably get compensation for it. But I guarantee you, if you're going through and having it to where somebody else from another kingdom is attacking you, it is falling on deaf ears. They're not going to pay you back. They're not going to help you. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to laugh at you. So when you're going through and making sure that like you got to close your portals before you get offline, otherwise you will end up paying for it. So that's basically everything that I wanted to show you guys as far as bubbles wise. You need to bubble $20 a month in order to be able to protect your resources and everything, unless you have it to where your resources are nothing and you're sending your armies constantly on over to a clan fort. That is the only reason why you would ever be able to get away with not bubbling. But even then, like, you have to rebuild your city walls and all that kind of stuff. Like, trust me, guys. Buy the bubbles, keep track of the timing, and try and have it to where you actually, like, if you're going to be attacking, know who to attack and when, especially during Clash of Thrones, because that's when the bigger players are going to be unbubbled. And if you want CP, attack the biggest players. That's the best way to do it. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of this video over bubbles and when to use them, when to not use them, and how much they cost. If you did get something out of it, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. I don't do this for the money. I do this to help the players that are learning. But, everything helps. And then if you have a comment and you want to go through and hit me up or whatever, like you have questions, even if you want to get me on a phone call, I have never had a problem with going out through and giving out my phone number in order to go through and help out a younger player just contact me. I'm in Kingdom 100, Leffinen, and this is the easiest way to get a hold of me quickly. And just go through, and these are my coordinates: 100, 451, 831. Write them down. If you want to go through and attack me and kick my butt and everything, have fun with that. And if you just want to go through and contact me and just, give me like a pointer or something that you might know that I might not know, that does happen. And I would greatly appreciate any ideas that you guys have for videos. Just a reminder, I will be doing a how-to strategy guide in the next 24 hours. The videos will start popping up, and it will be from G1 all the way up. So I'm going to be starting a new account starting tomorrow at G1, the very beginning of the game. And my videos will basically be covering every single major step from G1 all the way up. And granted, it's going to take me a few months in order to get that account on up to like a G7, G8. I'll probably stop at like a G7 or G8, just being honest. But you'll be able to see exactly what you should do, when you should do it, all this other kind of stuff. So I hope you guys learned something from the video, and I will be coming to you with the how-to strategy guide. It's probably going to be my last major video from my overall account for the next like week or two. If I find something that I haven't covered, then I will go through and do it. But other than that, it's the how-to strategy guide. And if the game comes up with something new that you guys have not seen before, or that I have not seen before, then I will definitely cover it in a video. You guys have a good day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.